warning. Alright, This Nuts fans. It's Brain Buster with your host, Nerd. And today we're going to be discussing something a little dark. Yeah, this is about to get twisted. So any baby 11-year-olds, don't watch this. This is only for grown-up 12-year-olds. I'm talking 1 to 12-year-olds. Only this video is only for them and those above that age. So if you're a little piss baby 11-year-old and you're still wearing diapers and you're a piss baby, get out. Click off the video. Alright, now that the miscreants are gone, let's get down to business. Everyone on YouTube here everyone in here on YouTube knows about Social Outcasts. It's one of the most popular, one of the most successful, one of the most jaw-dropping, eyes-popping, butts in seats to the edge of their seats web series of all time. I mean, the movies did really well, ended the writer's strike. The TV show is still on Netflix, and let me tell you, the other streaming services are fighting over it because it's so good. Of course it is. Of course it is. But I propose a question. Now, how did soap get so popular? Let me tell you a story about Robert Johnson. Now, the 11-year-old piss babies in the chat probably don't know who Robert Johnson was, but the grown-up, big boy, 12-year-olds are very familiar with our boy, Bobby John. Now, he was a pioneering musician regarding the blues genre of music and is said to be a progenitor. Is that a word? Is said to be like an early arbiter of the genre of rock and roll, which would become very popular in the 50s. Now, Robert Johnson, he lived in the 20s, I believe, and there's an urban legend about him that he only became so successful because he sold his soul to the devil. Now, I don't know if you see what I'm wearing. Hell is real. Hell is real. And I think the creators at Soch know this fact very well too. Now, one might be thinking, how could one propose such an unsubstantiated notion and expect people to listen without a preponderance of the evidence? Well, that's why this is a video essay, why I am a nerd on Brain Buster. Now, believe it or not, us at This Nuts are very tied with the people at Social Outcasts. As I said, billion-dollar media franchise, biggest conglomerate in the world. I mean, come on. Now, you may be thinking, well, you know, nerd, where's your fat stacks? Where's your bands? Like, where's your spread picks if you are connected with such an affluent individual? Well, individual is not the term that I would use. You see, the creators of Soch are numerous in numbers. See, it actually goes back to a group, back to the time of the founding fathers. In the 18th century, there was a secret society known as the Freemasons. Now, if you look, Freemaso. Now, the piss baby 11-year-olds I kicked off the video, they would see no correlation whatsoever. I mean, like, there is no correlation whatsoever. But to the real big dogs, 12-year-olds that are watching this, obviously we see S-O. First two letters of social outcasts, obviously. Yeah, pretty damning. But this isn't it. This isn't even the start. This just explains why the heirs to the Soch empire, the wealth is spread so thin, because there's so many of us, because there's so them. I'm not a Freemason, but the Freemasons created Soch, is what I'm saying, right? And now you may be thinking, right, well, how does this tie back to Robert Johnson from the beginning of the video? Well, I'll tell you. Because Robert Johnson was a Freemason. Now, you may be thinking, like a piss baby 11-year-old, where the hell's the correlation? I don't understand. You know, like, you're just saying nonsense, and that is simply not true. And only the real big boys and girls and thems in the audience will understand that this is not nonsense. You see, the fact of the matter is that your sense of what is nonsense and what is not nonsense has been warped by the mainstream media. So you have been conditioned to hear the truth that I'm saying and to think I sound crazy. Only real red-pilled sigmas will know what I'm talking about, and that what I'm saying is completely factual, true, and sensible. Now, of course, back to Robert Johnson and his infamous, though covered up, connections with Freemasonry. Now, look at the name Robert Johnson. You notice anything about that name? Yes. There is one S in that name, in the surname Johnson. There is also 2 O's in Johnson. 3 if you count Robert, though. Bravo Bulldogs, Bravo 169 1st Engineer Regiment, will know that we only go by last names. So disregard Robert Johnson. 1 S. Do you know what word also has 1 S in it? Freemason. And O's. You may be thinking there's only 1 O in Freemason. Like, clearly that demonstrates the fact that Robert Johnson is not connected whatsoever with the Freemasons. But think about the placement of that 1 O in Freemason. It's the second letter from the last letter. Second letter. 2 Two O's in Johnson. Let that sink in. Now, for the feeble-minded, this may be too much to handle. The epiphany may be too much. And to them, I sympathize. Only real truth seekers know that the truth is worth it at all costs. We all know that. We all know that the truth means everything. Because without the truth, we have nothing. All we have are the echo chambers and the webs of lies that we've been strung along by those in power for so long that we don't know up from down. Objectivity is dead. And he at this nuts, we're the ones keeping it alive. That's what I fucking thought. Oh. See, now it's PG-13. 12-year-olds, get the fuck out of here. This is for 13-year-old grown-up sigmas and only them. And those above, obviously. No fucking old people, though. They're gross. But, yeah, no, obviously. So, created by demons in the Freemasons to control people. So, when you're watching all the social cinematic universe on Netflix, or you're catching the web series on YouTube, or you're reading the graphic novels, or whatever the kids do nowadays, remember, Soch is demons, and hell is real. Hell is real. Hell is real. And I'll catch you guys on the flip.